Hey Capricorn, welcome to your weekly forecast slash new moon reading for July 5th through the 11th. We've got a new moon coming up on the 9th. We're going to see how these energies are going to be affecting the Capricorn collective. This reading will be for Capricorn sun, moon, and rising, okay? This new moon, you guys who watch my videos, you know I focus on everything except for love in the weekly forecasts. And then I do a love reading separately once a month and link those in the description. You guys know I do that. I just want to tell you real quick here, quick little disclaimer. This new moon in Cancer that's coming up on the 9th is really going to be bringing a lot of attention to our interactions and relationships with other people. This is not only love and romance. This can be family. This can be coworker. This can be friendships. This can be some of us, we've just been closed off and completely by ourselves. And we might be dealing with things about our relationship with ourselves or, kind of like feelings about letting people in. So we're just going to see what messages come up. And there could be messages here about other people coming into your reading for this week. Even though usually I try to keep other people out of it. We'll see. That might not be very avoidable with this new moon in Cancer. So we're going to see what's coming up here. First card for Cancer is the Six of Pentacles. Okay, now typically the Pentacles are going to be seen as a money card, right? So this is oftentimes seen as a card traditionally that's telling us money is coming in. Sometimes even it can come in like the 11th hour miracle, the final inning, right? Like the final last few seconds, something is coming in and saving the day. Sometimes it can come up in these kinds of situations around finances. Now, typically the Six of Pentacles is going to be the ideal financial situation, which means you have money coming in, there's income coming in, you have money saved for the future. Money continues to come in. You continue to take from that income and continue to put away for the future. But you also have enough money to enjoy your life, to do things that you enjoy, to be generous, to pay it forward, to give to others, to donate when you feel moved to do so. So it could be a ideal financial situation, okay? There's no debts, nothing like that. Debts are paid off. So a lot of you might be coming into this energy of abundance, or you might be setting, or you might be doing something around this new moon energy that's going to be bringing in this kind of flow or this kind of balance. Now, keep in mind, although the Pentacles are traditionally kind of stamped as money cards and having to do with business and finances, the Pentacles are a symbol of energy, okay? So sometimes this inflow of energy is going to happen within our interactions with other people before it starts to manifest in financial ways. So if you've found yourself in situations, Capricorn, where you've always had to be the one to keep things together, to keep relationships moving along, there could be now that you're manifesting more reciprocal energy, people who are as invested as you are, okay? I do feel a sense of literal money here though, like literal money. And so I feel that some of you Capricorns might be coming into this energy where you are the one bringing up financial matters within your relationships, okay? You might flat out be telling somebody that you need them to contribute more, or you might be flat out telling somebody that you want to work towards a goal with them, but you might be kind of laying down the boundaries of what your expectations are of them in terms of what kind of work you're wanting them to put in, or what you're wanting them to contribute financially. I feel for some reason, Capricorn, some of you are in a situation where somebody's like, oh my gosh, Capricorn, like now that you're here, we're gonna work towards these goals together, and now I can, do this, and you can help me out, and then I'm gonna repay you later. So I feel some of you might be put in a situation where someone is expecting that, and even though they might be telling you this is for the future, or this is something you guys are doing together as a team, they might be wanting to quit a job or work less and do something in terms of going back to school or getting a business going, and they might be seeing you as, okay, well, you'll be the one to carry us through while I work on establishing this, and then once the money comes in, I'm going to contribute, I'm going to do that. And I feel some of you are like, nah, no, sorry. Like, I'm not going to do that. Or if you're going to go back to school, or if you're going to do your business, that's fine. But you still need to contribute in some way financially. And so some of you might be negotiating or compromising a balance here, right? Like, okay, maybe we need to work out the budget. Maybe we need to cut out a few things here and there, but no, I'm sorry, I'm not going to carry us through this whole period of time. Some of you might be putting down a boundary in this kind of way. Be careful and cautious that it not get too heated, because emotions are running very, very high right now as we're coming into the new moon energy. Vulnerabilities are coming to the surface. And I said this to the other signs right before I sat down to do the weekly forecasts. I had a giant flying ant, like a size of a helicopter or pterodactyl, come and land right next to me, and I had to avert crisis and keep from getting stung. It had a massive stinger. I'm a city girl. I didn't even know that ants had stingers. I've never seen it like that in my life, right? I'm adjusting here to these critters and insects. And then so right after that, I went into another part of the house to get some water, and I smelled fire, right? I don't know if, I didn't hear fireworks. I don't know if kids were playing with fireworks outside, or I am in a wildfire area. I don't know what was going on, but I smelled fire. And so I took this as two meanings, because I was about to do the readings, and I had this visitor, and I had this smell coming into the house. So I took this to say that many of us might be approached unexpectedly in a situation that could end up in somebody getting stung, okay? Because the ant came to me, even though I'm a Scorpio and I have my little symbolic stinger, I took this as somebody is coming to us. Somebody is coming to us, and with that fire, a sense of the potential of a burning of bridges. I feel like the Six of Pentacles is telling you that there's a solution here. There's a balance here. This person might get offended. They might come to you for help. Maybe they're not asking you to support them all the way, but somebody might be coming to you for financial help or wanting to go into something with you. They might see you as good with business, or they might see you as the ideal person. You can find a nice little flow here. So it doesn't have to be, ending in scorched earth. It doesn't have to end with the burning of bridges. But be aware that somebody might have some hurt feelings and harsh words when they're not getting their way. The next card coming in here is the Moon. And this is a Major Arcana card. Major Arcana cards, when they come up in a reading, it's letting us know that we're coming into a new chapter. We're coming into a new phase, a new cycle in our life. For me, in my readings, when the Moon card comes up, or if I'm working with cards that have moon imagery in them, and some moon imagery is coming up, and it's around the time of the new moon or the full moon, that to me is a little wink from spirit, like a little nudge, that you're going to feel the moon energy more intensely than you typically would, right? They usually say water signs are more sensitive to moon energy, okay? And maybe some of you have some water placements, but that's not to say that we can't be sensitive to certain moon cycles more so than other moon cycles. So the Capricorn collective watching this, you're going to be feeling this new moon in Cancer. You're going to be sensitive to the energy. You're going to be feeling it. And even though it's not a full moon, okay, as I said, this particular new moon is bringing up vulnerabilities. And sometimes the new moon comes up to tell us about a period of shadow work. And what that is when the things we've been pushing down for a long time begin to come to the surface, okay? and we're forced to deal with them because they're coming to the surface. I feel this is particularly true, Capricorn, for those of you who have recently found yourself in a new living situation, whether you've relocated entirely or moved house, or you found yourself in a situation where you're leaning on the kindness of someone else and staying with them while you figure things out. There's a sense here that I feel many of you Capricorns have been brought to a place that's gonna bring a lot of things to the surface. Okay, and although I'm not a Capricorn, I can definitely relate. You know, I've had an experience recently where I was called, like I was like called to move to a place that I didn't have a lot of, time there before, but Spirit was like, girl, this is where you're setting up camp for a while. This is where you're going to be at until further notice. And I was like, okay. And a lot began to open up. A lot began to become unblocked, and a lot began to come to the surface. And so this is what I'm feeling in your energy, Capricorn. Okay? You guys are going to have a lot coming to the surface right now. I do feel for many of you, this is going to be fuel for creativity. You're going to come up with a lot of solutions, a lot of ideas. You're going to take problems or hurdles or obstacles and use them to your advantage. Use them as stepping stones, like to get higher, to climb higher. I feel that you guys are coming into a massive inflow of like financial abundance, but there's this opening up and things coming to the surface in preparation of this. You're going through a massive unblocking. You're going through a massive clearing. I just heard the word exorcism, and I heard it 3 times. So for some of you, and I don't mean it as like a literal exorcism, okay? But for some of you, you may feel this release so intensely and so powerfully. And once it's out of your system and once it's moved along, you're going to feel so much lighter. You're going to feel so much more clarity. And you're going to be like, oh my gosh, it was like an exorcism kind of thing. So some of you might have an intense release. Be aware of this, okay? Let it out. Try to do so in a responsible way. Try to do this in a safe way, safe to yourself, safe to others. But I feel here that there's going to be a lot coming to the surface. I also feel, Capricorn, some of you are going to have some repressed memories or things you've forced yourself or taught yourself to not think about. These kinds of things coming to the surface as well. Okay, I'm not saying this to be a negative Nancy. I'm just saying this that Spirit is giving you a heads up, like you're going to be okay. This is a part of the process. This is a part of like what's been holding you back. And it's coming out in one big push. That's the feeling I'm feeling here. Okay, Moon card is also intuition, overcoming our fears, trusting our intuition, allowing our intuition to guide us. The next card coming up here for you Cappies is the 5 of Wands. And so as I said, and you guys who watch my videos or you guys who've gotten private readings from me, you know that sometimes I have the tendency to get ahead of the cards because I read the cards, but I also interpret energy and I will hear messages from Spirit, and sometimes I get a little bit ahead of the cards. And so the 5 of Wands here is confirming what I was feeling, that some of you are finding yourself in a situation where you're kind of being confronted, like somebody's upset with you, like you're not helping me, or you don't care about me, or you have more than me, so why aren't you helping me to catch up to you, or some kind of situation like this. For some of you, the roles could be reversed, right? You might be having to rely on the generosity or kindness of someone through a transitory period, and you might be really pushing yourself to hurry up and get out of it. And Spirit is saying, look, we're giving you this time because you need it to release. You need this time to release, and it might be a little bit challenging to have a lot of busy things happening, a lot of busy energy, a lot of movement. If you're in a time of release, it might be really hard to focus on what you're doing, your goals, your ambitions, your career. And so some of you might be feeling this time as like a little bit of a timeout, right? Like you're having the help, but it's being given to you, or things might feel slow to you. Maybe you're not relying on somebody else to take care of you. Maybe you've just found a way to limit your expenses, or like simplify things while you're going through this financial transition. But Spirit is saying that the reason why things aren't picking up as quickly as you want is you're being given a little bit of a timeout to get this clearing so that you can release, you can let go of it. Five of Wands in terms of business can also be that you will be making a name for yourself, like your hat's in the ring, so to speak. You're being seen, you're being recognized, right? There could be jealousy and envy for some of you Capricorns as you're making these changes. There could be people who maybe are a little bit envious of you. They don't realize how hard your path has been or how hard you've had to struggle. To them, from the outside looking in, they just see you as living your life and living in the moment. And so there could be some exchanges here around that for some of you. So some of you might feel like people are giving you little, like, it's an insult, but they like wrap it in a compliment. And you're like, wait a minute, what are you trying to say? There could be some passive aggressiveness. That could result in like, well, why are you acting like this? Why are you being this way? Why are you, saying these things? There could be potential here for arguments or disagreements. Like I said, I do feel the burning of bridges can be avoided, okay? So try to remind yourself that emotions are very high right now. And a lot of people are dealing with vulnerabilities, insecurities, and these things might be coming to the surface, okay? Some of you may be very tempted to, be the ant that I saw, and go and like sting somebody or tell somebody off. I feel the Five of Wands is coming up to tell you that in this instance, in this case, if you are going to somebody to confront them, and maybe you don't mean it to like tell them off. Maybe you're thinking, oh, well, I'm just going to confront this person. I'm just going to speak my piece. I'm going to tell them how I feel. I do feel that this is something that will escalate. Okay, it will escalate. And I feel the reason why it's escalating with the Five of Wands here, I feel this person is like they're standing their ground. They're not like, oh my gosh, Capricorn, you're totally right. I totally see it your way. They're going to be like, oh, okay, really? But what about this and this and this and that, right? This person is coming off to you as unapologetic. They might feel like they're protecting themselves. They might feel like they're putting down their boundaries and they're doing what they need to do so that they feel safe. But for you, it might come across as this person doesn't care. This person's being very cold. This person's being very unapologetic. So I do feel it could escalate. And the fact that the Five of Wands is coming up here instead of the Five of Swords, this tells me this is something that will go on for a long time. A long time, right? Like, you're not wanting to burn the bridge. You're wanting them to see things your way. But they're not going to see it your way. So this could be potentially a conflict that if you allow it, will go on forever and ever and ever. Unless one of you says, look, I'm done talking about this. We're not talking about this anymore. So just be aware of that. Be aware of that. That doesn't mean that, you're not right in what you feel or how you feel. But there might be something here more to the story, more to the situation. And you guys are not experiencing the situation in the same way. You guys don't have the same reality. The next card coming up here is the Seven of Wands. And so Seven of Wands, like I said, sometimes I get ahead of the cards. Both of you are standing your ground. Both of you are in the energy where you're like, nope. I'm happy to see Seven of Wands here. I really am. Because this is giving me a sense or a feeling that Capricorn, a lot of you are lucky enough that you're dealing with a mature enough or high vibrational enough of a person that they're not going to be coming at you and fighting dirty. They're not going to be coming at you and saying really hurtful things or insulting you or trying to belittle you. But Seven of Wands makes me feel both of you are standing your ground, and both of you are actively working to not end up in the mud, like for it not to get messy, not to get dirty. Those of you who do have people that are coming at you with insults, or they're jealous, or they're being competitive towards you, I do feel some of you might realize, it might be shown to you or revealed to you, that in a work situation or professional situation, there's been some attempts of sabotaging you. Spirit is giving me the sense and the feeling that these attempts have been unsuccessful. Like maybe somebody tried to make you look bad, or make it look like you made a mistake, or you messed up, or maybe they were saying unflattering things about you. I feel the attempts have been unsuccessful. So you don't necessarily have to worry about this person having the ability to bring you down. But I do feel like it's being revealed to you, and a lot of you are very angry, right? As is understandable, of course. This would make anybody angry. I feel like Spirit is saying that, just continue doing what you've been doing. You're on the right path. Don't let coworkers or people in your close circle distract you, drag you into fights, drag you into bickering, drag you into arguments. Don't let that happen. You're on good ground. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep staying on the higher ground, and you're on the right path. Seven of Wands for me just says keep doing what you're doing. Okay. So a lot of you have been making, I just heard thunder. I don't know if the mic picked it up, but ooh, that's a confirmation right there, right? So just do what you can to keep doing what you've been doing. You've been making so much positive progress, and you're really tapping into this new moon energy, and you're going to be able to manifest that reciprocal energy, right? Where you're like, okay, I can work and I can give, but I also want to get back. I also want to receive, right? I want to be in the flow. You guys are manifesting flow, both in finances and your dealings and interactions with other people. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. Be sure to check out your moon sign and rising sign videos. Some weeks are going to resonate with you more than others. It might bring a little extra information. Love and romance readings for July will be linked in the description. If you would like a private reading with me, you can schedule by going to calendly.com/amethystangelite and schedule a private reading with me there. Quick warning, somebody is going around emailing people pretending to be me, trying to get them to schedule readings directly and then like getting money out of them. I don't know if this person is delivering readings, but it's not me. That's not me doing it. I don't go around emailing people asking them to book a reading with me, or saying like, oh my gosh, I have to tell you something, go book a reading so I can give you a message. I don't do that. I don't have a mass emailing list. I don't email out announcements. I don't do any of that. The only way to get a private reading with me is by going to calendly.com/amethystangelite and schedule a private reading with me there. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. Have a wonderful week, my dears. Bye.